Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between PG or TGW versus PCG 123. Just realized, well, after they added the flag that you can't really see TGW's name. Let me go ahead and fix that for you. All right, TGW versus PCG 123. TGW spawning as, well, the purple. Let me fix the colors. I don't know why the colors are like that. Let me fix the colors over here. TGW spawning as the purple human. Meanwhile, PCG 123 spawning as the red undead. Undead versus human, a matchup that generally favors one race. If you guys don't know what race that is, well, then you haven't been watching my channel very long, and please consider subscribing and liking this video. For all of you guys out there who are regular watchers, well, and need a reminder to use your Amazon Prime sub, please consider doing so. Every little bit does definitely help out and support the channel. Definitely goes a long way. And well, good news I hear for me is that I should be getting Google Fiber sometime soon. I can see them installing it in the neighborhood, and well, I can pretty much get better upload speeds at nearly like about 40% off. So can't wait for that to happen. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here. It's going to be a Death Knight versus an Archmage. No surprises there. Death Knight, the often leader of the undead army, with that faster movement speed, allowing the undead army to just move faster and really pick off units, especially in combination with that Frost Nova. Gain a little bit of speed. Frost Nova Blast. A group of units are slowed down. As they are slowed down, you pick them off, and then, well, you just rinse and repeat. Dual fiber? No, I'm probably just going to go for the 1 gig up and 1 gig down. I'm currently already at nearly 1 gig down, but I'm only at, I think, 50 up. So gonna be weird to see how fast I'm able to upload videos, especially since it's school. Whether or not I have a very fast direct connection to the YouTube servers would be, well, incredibly interesting as well. Coming back around, we're looking at Archmage trying to take down the Forest Troll Trapper here. That will get blown away, no problem. Archmage sitting at level 1, picking up that Claws of Attack +5. Back down to the south side here, it looks as though both sides are just doing creeping instead of trying to be super aggressive, as the Archmage drops a water elemental and now going after this giant sea turtle. All right, so hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves however you may be listening or watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, great day. Feeling a little bit recovered for all of you guys who saw my cast yesterday, being out in the sun for a couple of hours and watching watching a baseball game. It's something about like getting out of the house. I guess as someone who is really into video games and, well, esports casting for so long, it's often easy to, well, just stay inside. But really getting out, getting under the sun, and enjoying going out, being well, my wife being forcing me to be a bit more outgoing. Really enjoying this past summer. Anyways, let's come back across here on the inside. Tomo strength picked up by the Death Knight. Death Knight now going up against the Archmage. That is a lot of militia in this fight. Death Knight could have plenty of death foils to try and pick off other low hit point units, as more footmen are now making their way across here. Death Knight looking to finish off something to try and gain a little bit more experience. Death Knight here, or Archmage here, now down to 169 hit points. Death Knight really racking up a little bit of the kills as the other units are continuing to engage here. Death Knight trying to land this last shot. Are they going to be able to land this last attack? Oh, there you go. Level 3 on the Archmage. Archmage picks up the Claws of Attack +9 now, drops a second water elemental, and now racking up more damage. Archmage now going to try and retreat back off to the north here. Footman trying to get into harm's way. And what is going on? This Archmage may be forced to use a scroll of Town Portal to get away, down to 64 hit points. It is racing back here. Death Knight with that unholy aura, able to move across the map very quickly, as we're looking at a bunch of ghouls now coming across here. Archmage going to use that scroll of Town Portal, head back, well, home, as we are looking at that Archmage teleporting back home here, but there is no arcane vault. Archmage may try to head over to the Fountain of Health here, but that is going to mean that the Archmage is not going to be nearby enough to try and protect this expansion. However, TGW already predicted this and has already moved over a level 2 water elemental into position to try and fend off this attack here. All right, yeah, and get off some of this aggression. All right, peasants are getting taken down. Ghouls are getting taken down. More militia now being called over as peasant after peasant may end up getting finished off here. So many low hit point units, but whose is whose? That is the question. As both sides fighting their way through, that water elemental still racking up a bit there as the Archmage, well, getting aggroed by an acolyte, unable to enjoy a nighttime visit to the spa. Water elemental going to finish off perhaps another ghoul there. There goes another ghoul getting taken down. Archmage up to 3.3. Death Knight sitting at 2.9. And that little bit of difference overall in terms of experience going to, well, start to make a dramatic play here. Archmage now down to up to 280 hit points, climbing quickly. Also has a staff of teleportation to get out of that situation, as we are looking at a tech to tier 2 already done, Lich already being trained, and it looks as though the Death Knight now going to go ahead and retreat back home with a staff of teleportation of his own. All right, aggression across the board here. Archmage does have a decent amount of mana. Gonna come across. There's a water elemental being dropped, and you can see that the water elemental wants to go after some of those ghouls, but the Death Knight is already in position here. Death Knight could get in some big pressure here. Low hit point ghoul quickly gonna get healed back up. Skeletal minions taking some big blasts as that plus 17 damage, really increasing the base damage of that Archmage. As the units still look to retreat back. Water Elemental may end up serving that Death Knight level 3, which is exactly what you don't want. The Lich is nearby, though, but I still believe they're actually, yeah, going to be enough experience. I was trying to do the math really quickly and realized, yep, it is just going to be enough as that gets taken down. Arcane Vault getting constructed here. Scout Tower is done. We may see a Blacksmith be placed down, as well as the tech to tier 2 has begun. Archmage still retreating away from that skeletal minion once more. Where is it going to try and run off to? That is the question, as Daybreak is coming online here. Death Knight actually getting surrounded by a bunch of footmen here. Staff of Teleportation was sold. Frost Nova now going down as we're looking at more damage racking up. All right, Frost Nova to try and, well, make it difficult here as we're looking at another surround here. Scroll of Town Portal. A second footman gets taken down. And is this actually worth it? As 3 footmen have been lost, experience is given, and then now, well, all of the footmen now need to try and retreat back. We may see another Frost Nova coming back in online here in just a moment, but that is a lot of ghouls as well. All right, Slaughterhouse getting really pressured in here at 33 to 41 damage, coupled in with the Archmages, while 50 damage on the high end. Going to shut down that Slaughterhouse before it gets up and operational. Meanwhile, Death Knight back on a Blight, able to regenerate a decent amount of hit points, as there goes another low hit point footman. This is an absolute bloodbath and some risky maneuvers on both sides, as a new water elemental dropped as a bit of a distraction as the water elemental makes its way back off to the north. Hello, Dust Wallow Dweller. Hope you're doing well. Archmage down to the south here. Going to use that Clarity Potion first, waiting for some more footmen to join alongside him. Doesn't want to be greedy with the items and get some heals across the entire board. 225 hit points over 45 seconds. There we are, healing up the majority of these footmen again. There's that Blacksmith being placed down, as well as we could see a transition into Knights and Riflemen. Mountain King also coming online. I don't see any signs of, any workshops yet or flying machines. Lich nearing level 2 here. Gonna go ahead and clear things up. 1 obsidian statue, 2 or 3 heroes. That's pretty much all an undead player really needs. Archmage still has another scroll of regeneration. Mountain King still has yet to make a presence, as the skeletal minions, gonna get taken down there. Archmage still inching, but the hero level advantage, now belonging to PCG 123. No big surprise there. Black Citadel already done. Orb of Corruption on that Lich. Army looking rather small. You're going to see perhaps a Frost Nova across all of these units here. Talisman of Evasion. Not quite sure. Was it a Talisman of Evasion? Somehow targets are missing as the water elemental now trying to retreat back. Orb of Corruption making this water elemental take a lot of bonus damage, so 17% negative damage reduction, essentially meaning you take 17% more damage per hit. We've seen how that damage can make a big difference there. Archmage summons a water elemental through the trees somehow, and I guess he's trying to pull the aggro onto the Pit Lord and the undead army that was making its way over, as the battle is now raging through. 3 undead heroes. Mountain King going to be showing up to the party. However, Stormbolt not going to be really that successful, as the Ogre Magi trying to retreat back as well. Damage up onto the Obsidian statue. Death Knight takes a Stormbolt into the back. Without that Scroll of Town Portal, well, has no easy way to head back out. Potion of Healing used by the Water Elemental, or the Archmage there, as Water Elementals now making their way back over. But now that we have Destroyer form, well, you better believe the Water Elementals look absolutely delicious to those Destroyers. Destroyers continuing to fight and engage. Ghouls now making their way back over. Footman going to try and engage again. There is some more, well, I believe, Devour Magic again, as the units are still making rounds as well. It feels like PCG 123 is starting to build up that undead momentum that is so difficult to overcome, as we now see a Pit Lord in that front line position, gonna have access to Rain of Fire. Surprisingly, surprising Rain of Fire. But then again, a lot of human players have really gone into this towering attempt to try and stay alive at their expansion. Rain of Fire really effective at shutting that down, as the Death Knight with their Death Coils able to keep that Pit Lord consistently topped off. Meanwhile, inside the base of the undead PCG 123, TGW looking to shut down a bit of the mining. If you can shut down mining anywhere, Water Elemental, you got to finish off an Acolyte there. Still a little bit of engagement. There goes another Stormbolt as well, trying to finish off another unit. But the Obsidian statue is trying to make sure that one Acolyte is going to be able to stay alive. Big damage, however, onto the Mountain King. Mountain King should have been more concerned about himself. Stormbolt, Archmage auto attacks, not enough to overcome Obsidian statue and, well, Blight regeneration. 44 over 48 supply compared to 50 over 50. Flying machines are getting added in here. Level 1 armor upgrade getting added, as we do see the tech to tier 2 nearly completed. Barracks are going to start training up, probably animal war training, followed by some knights as well, as we are going to be getting up that paladin. TGW will be bursting into low upkeep, perhaps trying to get it straight into 60 or even 65 supply when the time comes. Nope, going up straight up to 53, wanting to train up that there. They're already getting up a knight, can be training up another knight here in just a moment, as we are looking at, well, Ogre Magi getting cleaned up here. We are looking at 4-3-2 going up against a 3-1 and a Paladin on the way. Flat cannons. There's one knight. There is another knight getting into 61 supply already. Could try and train up more flying machines, but currently that number is sitting at 7 or 8. Should be enough there. Archmage picking up some items, as well as the Paladin should be making its way out here in just a moment. All right. Days of Past guard tower with level 2 masonry upgrades. Are we going to go into level 3? These guard towers are going to have 8 armor if they do, with 650 hit points. Remember, in years past, many seasons ago, each upgrade actually gave 100 hit points, not 50, in addition to that armor. Let's make our way back off to the north here. What is going to be happening next? Pit Lord going to clear out of this, and Death Knight going to clear out the Ogre Lord Creep Camp here on Concealed Hill. Flying Machine's going to go straight after, well, should be going straight after that Destroyer. Not quite sure why they just did a quick flyby there. There goes an ensnare onto an Obsidian statue, picking off the units one at a time. Mountain King wants another target to perhaps try and Stormbolt it down. Going to find that Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend, is he going to get a Death Coil? He is, but Sundering Blades may make it difficult to try and keep it alive. Archmage, however, does not have Orb of Fire. Flying Machine's able to find that target. There's a Holy Light saving that Mountain King. Mountain King down to 100 and dead, as now the Pit Lord gets up to level 3. A Militia now trying to retreat back. It's going to end up getting taken down, as the Ogre Magi wondering what happened to the Ogre Lord that was there originally. Hey, the undead was the one who took him out. Death Knight, Pit Lord, Lich going to finish off the remnants of this creep camp, or the remains of this creep camp here, Troll Trapper, Ogre Magi now cleaned up. Back down to the south here, peasants are getting cleaned up as well. You can see TGW actually got into, well, mid-20s on some of those units. All cleaned up right there. Didn't get the deny, even though they were, well, getting sacrificed, so to speak. 68 supply compared to 46, as the Mountain King is now back out onto the battlefield. Are we going to get level 3 masonry upgrades? No. Looks like more peasants are being brought over for select draft treatment, as the knights are getting ready in position as well. Knights do have their sundering, animal war training. We are getting up level 1 armor or weapons upgrades for those knights, as well as the flying machines making their rounds too. All right, who is going to get into the proper engagement here? Flying machines, Mountain King. Are we going to see an engagement? And here we are, armies ready to go, ready to engage. Stormbolt straight up anywhere. No, haven't seen anything yet. And really, that Pit Lord getting surrounded here in quite a moment there. Stormbolt could be ready to come online. Paladin going to continue to engage. There's a Staff of Sanctuary trying to save there, as the flying machines are able to keep away any destroyers that may try and show up. Death Coil straight up onto the Paladin. Paladin down to 195 hit points, but recovering slowly. Meanwhile, Banshees are out here onto the battlefield. There's a Death Coil to save the Banshee there, as ghouls are getting taken down. Really, that Orb of Fire really needs to be trained up. Without Orb of Fire, well, without that Orb of Fire, the heals on that Death Knight at level with level 2 and eventually level 3 Death Coil will be too much to overcome. Paladin getting healed up. We can see, well, TGW taking that center expansion with a whole bunch of peasants. That's why they were being moved out across the map now, as the main bases only have a couple of minutes of, or what is that, 4 minutes of mining left. Knights going after here. Flying Machine's going to go straight after that Red Drake. Red Drake, I'm going to get pelted down. Meanwhile, Undead is coming in from behind. How much time do you need to clear out this creep camp, as we're going to see a potential creep jack underway? But remember, a human is going to be the one that with their back up against the Fountain of Health. Having your back up against the Fountain of Health is really, really helpful, but so is, well, perhaps mastery training Banshees here in just a moment. Flying Machines coming across overhead here. Mountain King is trying to fight back here. Holy Light continuing to save. Mountain King not getting regenerated as at the Fountain of Health, as he's a little bit too far away. Anti-magic shell coming across here, as the Flying Machines are now starting to be able to bombard all of the Banshees in the back. No more Mountain King, meaning no more Stormbolt onto that Pit Lord there, as damage is still racking up. All right, Fly Machines trying to find those targets are now getting finally shot down here, as we see a 5-unit surround onto that Pit Lord. Pit Lord, however, getting healed up 400 hit points at a time, as the Banshees mastery training. Let's go ahead and see if we're going to see some possession come online here in just a moment. Obsidian statues here, and things could turn around very quickly with possession. There is a couple of key knights, as the Paladin now seriously in trouble as well. All right, Staff of Sanctuary is going to be needed on those other units. There goes a couple of knights. There goes one. There goes two, as they turn colors and now join PCG 123's army. Those knights should perhaps head over to that Fountain of Health, regenerate a decent amount of hit points. Cannon tower amongst the units, as well as the mounting or the Paladin now needs to find a way to heal back up. That center expansion in the middle, a very, very big deal. Knights healing over here at the Fountain of Health as well. They're going to be able to regroup nicely, and this is actually a strange situation. If any units are rallied towards PCG 123's army, they're going to simply pass through the center and perhaps get taken down by towers. The main base only has 3 minutes of mining left, as we are now going into siege engines. Rain of fire coming down across multiple peasants there, as we are still healing at this Fountain of Health. 66 over 84 compared to 63 over 60. All right, level up on that Pit Lord. Now it gets taken down. Guard towers, however, too much poking back against that Pit Lord, as that Pit Lord able to, well, thinking that he's taking the economic advantage when he's just really stabilizing it, as the main bases were already, well, as this center expansion is already mining pretty consistently. All right, very heavy saturation on that peasant there. Still hasn't come across this center gold mine. Knights are there, and Death Knight now going to make a play over, perhaps spotting all of these guard towers. If you charm possess a Kodo that has eaten one of your own units, do you get the XP when the digestion is complete? I believe the unit automatically dies. I don't know if you get if the experience, or if the I don't know if you get If the other team gets that experience, though, that's something that perhaps could be tested. All right, Scroll of Town Portal. All of the units are retreating back. A couple of knights are right there. And we are looking at perhaps a couple of peasants now trying to mine back here on that southern side before they make a play back to the north. Imbued Masonry. Yes, we are going to be going into level three towers, something that I have not seen since, I gotta say, like 2008. So yes, many, many, many seasons ago, as Siege Engine's going to be joining in on the battle. Level 3, level 2 going up against 544. How do you deal with enemy hero nukes that are so powerful against all of these living units? You build siege engines, which have fortified armor, difficult for undead to deal with, and being immune to both Death Coil and Frost Nova gives them a second chance on life. All right, Knights now leading the charge here. Archmage now finally with that Orb of Fire, multiple Staff of Sanctuaries as well as things are coming across. If you possess a Kodo that has eaten one of your units and your teammate uses Staff of Sanctuary on it, does both unit regenerate? Nope. The unit is inside is getting digested while the Kodo is getting healed. All right, Scroll of Town Portal coming back around. Death Knight going to try and teleport back across to here. Damage is racking up. Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. Paladin already is going to finish off another Acolyte. No, it is not. That, well, natural regeneration or that blight regeneration for that Acolyte just so quick and deadly. Siege Engine still rolling across to the other side here, and we're looking at the human player playing really a harassment game against PCG 123, constantly attacking where his opponent is not and making it difficult. The undead army with those higher level heroes should actually be stronger, especially considering size. So 71 supply compared to 58, as the knights are here. Plenty of banshees out here as well, and those banshees are definitely a problem. Army coming across the side coming across the far side here. Siege engines with True Shot Aura getting in a little bit more bonus damage as the army now making their way back off to the north. All right, trying to attempt to build additional ziggurats as they are currently supply blocked, as the siege engines are going to roll on through here. All right, Temple of the Damned could get finished up here. No, going to go straight after that ziggurat instead, and trying to take down all of these key precious buildings. All right, there was another ziggurat there. Should have taken down this one first, since it does actually have fortified armor, and let the heroes actually go after the other ones here. Repairs are underway. Massive damage coming across through. Death Knight now shows up to the party. Siege engines rolling on in, trying to go after another Acolyte. They're going to take it down, as we now see meat wagons joining in on the battle. All right, Archmage trying to fight in the far back here. Crypt Queen could get taken down. No, it gets saved. Siege engines, however, about to take down the Black Citadel. There it goes. Black Citadel falls, and the Archmage is going to go ahead and teleport back home. All right, handful of units constantly being teleported home with Staff of Sanctuary, ready to join out in on the fight, and there is no more teleporting back to the main base. Meanwhile, this gold mine on the bottom left has been cleared up. This gold mine only has 3.5 minutes of mining left, so it is going to be center gold mine versus top left here in just a moment. One base versus one base. However, so many ziggurats have been taken down that PCG 123 only way to really increase their supply count is having a banshee possess a knight. Now that that seems well within the realm of possibility, as we're going to be going into an engagement here, perhaps a goblin zeppelin pickup drop off situation, as the Goblin Zeppelin quickly going to be picking up some of those units. Siege Engine, however, not going to be as lucky. Mountain King in trouble. What is that Mountain King doing? Mountain King not flying the friendly skies. He gets Staff of Sanctuary, as the Paladin now trying to, well, retreat back here. What is going on as it looked like a complete misplay, only to see the Archmage and the Knight heading here. And now we're looking at Siege Engines rolling on in. This may have been a purposeful distraction to try and abate the engagement here, as the Siege Engines are now attempting to take down the Necropolis. Necropolis will get taken down. No more Scroll of Town Portal beacon at all, as the Well, the army is now going to be making their way back across to the side here. All right, in comes the Archmage and the Knights attempting to take down this meat wagon. Siege engine about to get taken, or the haunted gold mine about to get taken down. Staff of Sanctuary for the save again as the Archmage gets blasted down though. Had a scroll of Town Portal, did not use it, but now no more mining is happening. All right, all the buildings getting taken down here. Are we going to see some more possession as the Mountain King, well, so for some reason sticking around in this battle, could try and get a Staff of Sanctuary? Yes, waits for the Banshee to try and make a move, but the Siege Engine still just rolling on out. Couple of Ultra of Kings getting rebuilt. Doesn't want to try and, well, resurrect the Archmage at the tavern. That is an expensive procedure, as the Siege Engine still dancing around on the far side. Paladin coming in harassment onto the main base as well. And, well, things are just not looking good for PCG 123. Even though he has the larger army and the higher level heroes, he can't get any gold out of the gold mine easily, as this Siege Engine looks like it will in fact get taken down. Is it going to give level 6 to the Death Knight? It does. Level 6 now to the Death Knight for now level 3 Unholy Aura and that faster movement speed across the map. Hello, what do you think about TGW? Do you think he's a really creative player? TGW, from what I've seen in this matchup, he's making the most out of his opportunities. It totally looked like he completely miscalculated, only for that to actually turn back around and be a beautiful, beautiful play. Now, Pit Lord is out of mana here. The cannon towers actually rack up quite a bit of damage across these units as the Lich trying to make a way back. And now we are looking at the Paladin and Knight moving in between the two bases here, as the army going to be making its way over as well. All right, Staff of Sanctuary and Scrolls of Town Portal Acolyte's going to get taken down as we're trying to re-haunt this gold mine. If you can shut down, oh, there goes a Knight. Knight is going to get possessed here, and Noel switches color there. No Staff of Sanctuary on that possessed Knight. That is a complete miscue there, as we see a low hit point Knight not getting finished off. Siege Engine attempting to take down the haunted gold mine. Siege Engine going to get taken down first, as we are looking still at a Paladin trying to take down this haunted gold mine. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not. Scroll of Town Portal for the retreat. 60 supply compared to 64. Completely annoying, as PCG 123 unable to train up any units, sitting at 64 over 20 supply. More Siege Engines are rolling out. Paladin now coming back out here. Archmage gonna get resurrected. We are looking at Peasants now transitioning back into this position here, as we are getting massive repairs underway. Knights gonna try to make their way back over and perhaps try to dive on in. Cannon towers, however, 90 to 110 damage. That is rather high damage, as in comes the rain of fire. Arcane towers should really be targeting up those heroes, not the Knights there, and try to limit the amount of mana. Now going after the Lich. Lich losing quite a bit of mana here. We're looking at massive repairs underway, as the Frost Nova really blows down many of those peasants here. However, low on mana now. A Pit Lord is now low on mana, unable to get a rain of fire off, as the Lich is low on mana here. Both sides still fighting their way through. Towers are now finally done, as the units are trying to retreat back here. Are we going to see death of a couple of Knights? That is the question here, as the Archmage now leading the charge back off to the north. Mountain King, multiple Ziggurats getting back into position, trying to fight into position here. Paladin, Mountain King continuing to engage. Archmage should be dropping more water elementals, as now needs to retreat back off. He doesn't have that much survivability items, and a Death Coil Frost Nova attack could easily clean that up here, as the Staff of Sanctuary saves another low hit point Knight. Units looking to retreat back. No, this Siege Engine still rolling on out forward. The expansion here completely cleaned up, and now it is 1 base versus 0. PCG 123 actually the one with better mining, but only having 2 acolytes means that, only having 2 acolytes means it's going to be quite some time before he's able to regenerate and get back out onto the battlefield. Long distance mining still happening here. 58 supply army compared to 64, as these peasants are going to walk straight into a trap here and get taken down. Knights with those sundering blades taking down all of those peasants in such a quick fashion, as the Lich could easily get to level 6 here and then perhaps get death and decay. Rain of fire clearing the remains of this expansion here, and once Well, once all of these towers are down, it will be that much more difficult to try and reestablish up that base. Archmage on the move here. No more scrolls of Town Portal. So no easy get out of jail free cards. There are plenty of Staff of Sanctuaries though, as the units are going to try and retreat back once more. 58 over 30 supply. Goblin Zeppelin going to drop in some siege engines as well, and now attempt to take down the Necropolis and these Ziggurats. Pit Lord shows up to the party. A lot of low hit point units, but the Archmage and the heroes unable to deal with the undead army. Such a constant factor as the Knights are still trying to fight their way back here. Another Necropolis getting taken down, and now just trying to finish off the remainder of these buildings here. Acolytes once more on the move, heading back, and this is that last building. Is that going to be it? Well, where is the last undead building? No, a new Ziggurat being placed down there. Archmage shows up. Mountain King going to show up to the party. And now a new Haunted Goldmine adding in as well. That is the last two buildings getting finished off, and that is a defeat. Beautiful play. And just going into a base race, look at the experience difference. TGW being the annoying human player, constantly rolling out with siege engines, and even though his opponent was clearly winning in the hero level race with a max level 6 Death Knight, level 6 Lich, and a level 5 Pit Lord, unable to get the job done. That overall gold mine difference, you can take a look there. Well, human mining twice as much gold, having more resources to lose. Overall total score, however, definitely favoring the undead. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below. And once again, if you got this far in the video, remember to like, remember to comment, subscribe, and also, well, support me if you can, if you do have an Amazon Prime account and could give me that, well, that sub. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.